Well, let's find out a bit more about today's announcement and what it's likely to do for preserving endangered koala populations. Joining me in the studio now is our environment reporter, Conor Duffy. G'day, Conor. Thanks for coming in. Now, can you just explain what exactly is going on here?
So basically, I think it's just a bit of a shift in thinking, Nick, about how the government and other conservation groups are going to approach koala conservation. And they're really trying to put a focus onto people and onto landowners, to farmers, to people that live in key koala habitat areas. So that would involve, maintaining trees that koalas live in, signing land covenant deals, which means that if the land is ever sold, that new owners won't be able to, say, chop down all the trees to make way for an extension or something like that. So really, it's getting out of the thought process, I suppose, of this is just something that happens in national parks and just a government responsibility, and asking Australians to get more actively involved.
Okay, the Federal Minister was making this announcement in rural New South Wales, so it's a specific area, but is there a more wholesale change of thinking behind this new approach?
That's right. Well, there was one landowner there today, Greg Bearsdale, who his property is up near the New South Wales-Queensland border, and he's basically the first person to come on board. So today's announcement sort of showcased Greg and the work that he plans to do at his place. But it's hoped that people all around the country will take this on. Back in, I think it was the end of April, Tony Burke listed the koala as a vulnerable species in New South Wales, Queensland and the ACT, and there's a process underway now involving all of those governments and the Commonwealth to come up with a new management plan, but that won't kick off until 2014. And what Tony Burke's saying is that they need basically more people like Greg to come forward and start taking the initiative on their own land, because a lot of the key koala habitats and a lot of the areas where koalas are endangered are actually on private land, not in national parks.
Okay, and as I understand it, the critical thing for koalas is corridors of bushland. So is that what this is all about? Linking up separate areas of bushland vegetation by doing these sort of deals with private landowners? That's
right. They call it connectivity or wildlife corridors or various different names, and that's exactly what's happening in this example today with Greg's place. He's up, as I said, just near the border, I think near Lamington National Park and a couple of other national parks. He's basically ringed, and so his area will link up, and I think they want to target really key areas that provide larger habitat numbers, which are key to maintaining healthy koala numbers.
Now, are landowners likely to embrace this, or are they likely to see it as something of a hindrance? I think I heard that councils will make it harder for these areas, this land, to be developed.
Well, certainly you have to commit to this. I mean, if you sign up to a land covenant deal, that effectively means that perhaps the value of your land might be less when you go to sell it, because the person that buys it off you, won't just have free rein to do with it as they please. So it's certainly a bit of a commitment. I think, this is already happening in a lot of places unofficially without government involvement anyway. Certainly in my trips out to the bush, a lot of farmers are certainly key to, certainly proud of areas of their land that they've protected, and proud of the koala populations they have. But it certainly does come at a cost to the person that signs up.
Okay, are they going to be receiving anything in return for this? Do they receive any sort of contribution funds towards maintaining this vegetation?
Yeah, that's right. The Nature Conservation Trust is running a program at the moment, basically fundraising. I think they're trying to raise, $500,000 to contribute to the cost of planting the right kind of trees, to maintaining these properties, and to the general upkeep of these areas.
Okay, Conor Duffy, thanks for coming in and explaining that to us.
My pleasure.